I can tell you where the technology of drones must go. To the kitchen, huh? Have a drone camera right here. I'm hungry just seeing all of those technological advancements. So let's see what Chef Zozo has for us in the kitchen this morning. Morning, Chef Zo. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very, very good. It's all about midweek meals this morning, right?
It is. We know that people are pressed for time during the middle of the week. So we want to give them ideas of quick things they can do.
I love that.
And we're going to focus on cottage cheese.
Yes.
Because cottage cheese is one of those cheeses that you can make in the middle of the week. It takes you about 45 minutes to actually make it.
I would never have made my own, though.
So even if you don't have it in the house, you can quickly rustle it up and then make dinner.
Very, very nice. And of course, midweek meals also, why this is so great is the fact that I've run out of ideas come midweek.
Yes.
You know, like what to make now. Sundays are sorted, Mondays you have leftovers, Fridays you have like a takeaway. But what happens midweek, though?
Okay, so this is what happens midweek. Okay, so for your cottage cheese, first we're going to teach you how to make it. So in here I've got some full cream milk. You can use skim milk or low-fat milk, whatever milk you want.
Fantastic.
And you bring it to the boil. Then you add a bit of vinegar. So this is our acid that's going to separate our curds and whey. Ooh. And that's essentially how you make cheese, right?
Yes.
So turn off the heat now and just let this sit. You can see, as soon as you pour it in, it starts to curdle. Can you see?
Wow, this is the part where I would usually be like, no, they sold me sour milk.
But this you want to happen in this case. Okay. So then you pour it into a strainer with a piece of muslin on the top. So this is muslin. This is very fine material. Okay. And then you just squeeze out all the excess liquid. All right. So this is the curd and this is the whey.
Yes.
What you can do at this point is if you don't like too much of a vinegar taste, essentially you can actually do that with lemon juice as well.
Okay.
You can rinse this under cold water, but I do like a bit of tartness in my cottage cheese, so I leave it in. So squeeze out all the excess, okay?
All right.
So now, here we go. We've got the curd from the milk.
Lovely.
And you can see it looks like ricotta right now.
It does.
So to make it into cottage cheese, we add a bit of cream.
Ooh.
Just to soften it. And then, of course, salt, because milk isn't seasoned.
All right.
So, and that's it. That's cottage cheese, ready to use in whatever recipe your midweek desires.
So listen, if you wanted to use like maybe a low-fat milk, or you could, and then the cream, of course, you have to add, but then it wouldn't make it so fattening because you've already used the low-fat milk. It would still be lower fat because you use like skimmed milk or low-fat milk. Yeah. That's so awesome.
That's as easy as it is. You can manage that midweek.
I could manage this. So this is what Little Miss Muffet was busy eating?
Yes, her curds and whey.
Okay, well, the curds is fine, but the whey, like what was she doing there?
It's tasty.
It's tasty. Taste some?
No.
Oh, you see, I told you, you're lying to me. All right, so once we come back from the break, we're going to be using this cottage cheese in a very delicious recipe. We're making roasted tomato and cottage cheese tart. Mmm. Can't wait to taste all of that. We'll be right back after the break.
We found goodness in Goed Gedacht olive oil and all the good they do for the community. Pick and Pay, always there for you.
It's my feel-good breakfast show. You're back with Espresso here on SABC3, your feel-good breakfast show. We are back in our Espresso kitchen. Before the break, we learned how to make our very own cottage cheese. I didn't know that it was so easy. Yes. Like, it's so easy, anyone can do it, even myself. And now, of course, we're going to take that same cottage cheese and use it in a delicious roast tomato and cottage cheese tart.
Yes, we are. Hello.
This all looks fantastic, by the way.
It does, and it's equally as easy as making the cottage cheese. So here we've got some ready rolled puff pastry. Buy it in your freezer section of Pick and Pay.
Awesome, because life's too short to make your own puff pastry.
This is what the truth is. Life is too short. So cut a border around, but you want to keep it pretty rectangular.
All right.
So here we go. I'm cutting each side.
There we go.
Like so.
Now, I was asking you, why can't I just use milk that had curdled in my fridge for cottage cheese? Because it's curdled milk that we just used there.
Well, yeah, I don't think it's the type of curdling that you're looking for, actually. Okay. Because, you know, that's just...
Because it's off.
That's just rotten milk.
Okay, cool.
We don't advise using rotten milk too much.
Okay,
right. So you lay the pastry border that you've just cut over the pastry. So we're making an elevated border, basically.
Lovely.
Like so. You do that one if you could for me.
I'll help you.
And then brush the entire thing with egg wash.
All right.
And then dock it. Do you know what docking is?
Yes.
That's that. Okay. So while you do that, here's our cottage cheese. Ooh. I'm going to flavor this with a bit of Parmesan cheese. Okay. Because this adds great flavor, but like you don't need to use that much.
All right.
And then pepper. A bit more salt, because we only added a little bit of salt into our cottage cheese. And of course, if you don't want to make your own cottage cheese, you can go to Pick and Pay and buy it.
Yes.
So we mix all this up.
That's probably the option that I would have taken up until a few minutes ago.
Yes.
Now that I know how to make it, I will definitely do it myself.
Okay, so once you've docked your
also.
pastry, also. Bake it in a 200-degree oven until it's golden brown. It'll puff because it is puff pastry. And then I'm just going to set that aside, and it looks like this once it comes out.
Lovely.
So the borders have elevated, and we've made ourselves a tart shell, essentially. And then spoon your delicious filling into there. I mean, you can already tell that this is just going to be good.
This is just going to be
This
amazing.
could not go wrong.
Wow.
Okay. So be generous as well. This is supposed to be dinner, so don't be mingy.
Yeah. No, I'm a
Okay.
generous kind of person.
This is what I like about you.
Because I cut generous slices.
Okay, then you lay some tomatoes into the tart, so you can help
so
me do
good.
this.
All right.
Make sure you get ripe tomatoes and tasty tomatoes, because if you start with good product, you're going to end off with a good product. Okay.
Yes.
So while you do that, sorry,
Okay.
I'm going to cross over and get a cloth, wipe my hands.
Not a problem.
For the top of this, we've got some herbage. We've got some chopped basil in here.
Okay.
We've got a bit of garlic, more salt, more pepper. You want to season everything. Season all the components, and then at the end, your seasoning will be perfect.
Oh, I love that.
And then we drizzle with a bit of olive oil, because this is what's going to lubricate our tomatoes while they bake.
Ta-da, done.
Beautiful,
Can I
yeah?
use the cloth? Thank
Yes,
you so
may.
much. Like, you're the only one who puts me to work, but I secretly love it. I love it, love it, love it.
Okay, so pepper.
Okay.
I'm going to season tomatoes as well, because like I just said, season everything.
This
okay,
looks so
pepper.
good. Oh, pepertjie daarso.
There we go. And then spread on or dribble on your herb and garlic and oil mix. And then we put this back into the oven for another 10 minutes, also at 200, just to blister the tomatoes and start them softening. And hey presto, you have a delicious midweek meal.
Wow, I don't know about you guys, but this looks fantastic. If you would like the keyword for our roasted tomato and cottage cheese tart, all you have to do is SMS the word cheese to 33728. We'll send you your pick and pay shopping list, the link to the recipe as well, and you could be making this very, very quick, easy, and like just delicious tart yourself. My word, it looks fantastic.
It does. We're going to cut into that one, aren't
Okay,
we?
and when it comes out of the oven, of course, it's going to look like...
the tomatoes are all blistered, and it looks absolutely delicious. Ready to go.
Gorge. I love it. Before we cut into it, though, can we take one more look at how we made it?
Of course.
Let's do that. We're going to take a look quickly.
Cut and stack pastry to make a border, then brush with egg. Dock pastry, then bake at 200 degrees until golden. Mix together cottage cheese, parmesan, and seasoning, then spread onto pastry. Top with sliced tomatoes, then season. Mix together garlic, basil, and olive oil, then drizzle onto tomatoes. Bake for 15 minutes, slice, and enjoy.
That keyword once again is cheese. SMS cheese to 33728. We'll send you your pick and pay shopping list and the link to the recipe, and you can make this yourself, of course.
Look at that.
Very, very delicious.
Delicious.
What I want to ask you though, have you ever traveled to Vancouver in Canada?
I haven't.
Would you like to?
Are you going to take me?
Probably not, but would you like to?
Yeah, whatever.
Okay, wonderful. Well, the thing is, we might be travel buddies. She's an amazing travel buddy. If you saw in India, then like she's the
never
best.
taken me anywhere though, but...
I will. I'll take you to my house where I'll make this for you. Okay?
Good enough.
But for those of us who want to start traveling, like the two of us, we need a holiday. How about Vancouver, Canada? Kat and you are about to tell us all about that. Kom ons proe, sister.
It's at the All Seasons Milk Factory where we found goodness produced on a daily basis. Pick and Pay, always there for you.